So in data science and big data, you will become across many different types of data. So each of them tends to require different tools and techniques. The main categories of data are structured, unstructured, natural language, machine generated, graph based, audio, video, and images. Let us see one by one. First, what are the data? How the data will be categorized. In these parameter, the data will be categorized. One is structured data, another one is unstructured data, third one is natural language, fourth one is machine generated, fifth one is graph level, next audio, video, images, and streaming. Let us deal with a structured data. This Excel table is an example for the structured data. Actually, the structured data is the data which depends on the data model and resides in a fixed field within a record. So often we easily to store the structured data in a tables within the databases. So which is called SQL, that is called structured query language, which is preferred way to manage and query data that resides in databases. So you may also come across the structured data that might give you a hard time storing in the traditional and relational databases. So this is the hierarchical data, such a family tree, which have a family, we have ages, the time frames, their values will be given. So it is a structure which indicates, like in another best example, you were in a section A, we have 63 students. What are the VH number, register number, name, and their CGPAs. So this type of data is called structured data. Just look at this example. Next, unstructured data. So in the unstructured data, it is a data which is not easy to fit into a data model because the content is context specific or varying. The best example of the unstructured data is our regular email. So we have an email have contains the structured elements such as sender, title, body text. So it is a challenge to find the number of people who have written an email complaint about a specific employee because so many ways to exist to refer a person. So the thousand of different languages and dialects out there to further complicate this. And human right email is a perfect example for the natural language data. So natural language data, it is a special type of it's a special type of unstructured data. It is one of the special type of unstructured data. So it is a very challenging process because it requires the knowledge of specific data science techniques and linguistics. The natural language processing community has a success in the entity recognition, topic recognition, summarization, text compression, and sentiment analysis. But models trained in one domain do not generalize well to other domains. Even the state of the art of the technique, which are not able to decipher the meaning of every piece of text, because this should not be a surprise though, because humans struggle with the natural language as well. So it's ambiguous by nature. The concept of meaning itself is questionable here. We have two people to listen to the same conversation. Will they get the same meaning? It's a very doubtful because the meaning of the same words can vary when coming from someone upset or joyous. I told the natural language cannot predict that one. So it is somewhat unstructured. Also, it cannot say, how are you? Are you fine? Which how we are taking the words, how we are feeling now. So it's somewhat distinguished of this normal conversation. Next one is machine generated data. So in machine generated data, information is that automatically created by a computer process, application, or other machine without intervention. Let us take an example. So here, machine generated data is become a major data resource, will continue to do so on. Here we are forecasting the market value of the industry internet. That will be referred to a integration of complex physical machinery to renowned sensors. So these analysis of machine data are highly scalable tools due to its high volume and speed. There are several calls, call logs, call detail records, network event elements, telemetry, which will be or the machine generated data. Let us take our real example SRS process. So when it's initiated the SRS process, automatically every log should be stored and it should be generated the acknowledgement. ஒரு இமெயில் நம்ம போடுறோம்னா ஆட்டோமேட்டிக் அக்னாலஜ்மெண்ட் நம்ம போகிறோம் டோன்ட் சென்ட் ரிப்ளை அப்படின்னு சொல்லி ஒரு அக்னாலஜ்மெண்ட் போகும் விச் மீன்ஸ் தே ஆர் கிவிங் த அக்னாலஜ்மெண்ட் திஸ் இஸ் மிஷின் ஜெனரேட்டட் டேட்டா தேங்க்ஸ் ஃபார் பேயிங் யுவர் ரெஸ்பான்ஸ் வில் பி ஃபார்வர்ட் டு த HOD after the approval further information will be processed like that default information will be given this data are the machine generated data keep on learning so that the machine generated data we will analyze how much of how many students will clear the SRS, how many students are waiting for the approval, how many students need to pay. Every data will be analyzed by the machine and it will be give a report. Next, graph based or network based data. The graph data which is can be confusing in terms because any data can be shown. So in the graph there is a mathematical graph theory. So it is a mathematical structure to pairwise relationship between the objects. For example, take a LinkedIn social network. So I'm the assistant professor of EC in VTHT. One of my student will I'm connect with one of my student, which was passed out the year 2010. Now he is working in Microsoft. There is a chance of those students studying now, 2024, may have a contact and connect with them because of me. I'm also available in the LinkedIn. My students are also available in LinkedIn. Passed out alumni also available in the LinkedIn. So due to this network, we can easily find out the people. So this type of data is called network data. It is focused on relationship or adjacency of objects. I'm telling an example. And while analyzing the data, we will like that how it is related to how it is.
So, uh, the 1 second, students, please stop.
Record பண்றீங்களாப்பா? So we are now discussing about the graph-based and network data. So the graph-based data is a natural way to represent the social networks and structure those to use to calculate the specific metrics as influence of a person and the shortest path between the two people. So I tell the best example LinkedIn. So similarly, we have a company profile. We have to contact with another company members through this LinkedIn by connecting one with others. So another best example, imagine you're connecting the edges here to show friends on Facebook or other social medias. So this type of third graph based movie interest ஒரு மூவி கீப் ஆன் எல்லாரும் பாக்குறாங்க அப்படின்னா நெட்ஃபிளிக்ஸ்ல அதிகமா வியூஸ் பண்ணிருக்காங்க யூடியூப்ல அதிகமா வியூ பண்ணிருக்காங்க உங்க ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸே அதை அதிகமா பார்த்தாங்க ஸோ அது ரிலேட்டடா நம்ம ஒரு அனலைசிஸ் பெர்ஃபார்ம் பண்ணி ஒரு டேட்டாவை நம்ம கிராஃப் பேஸ்ல ப்ரொடியூஸ் பண்ணலாம் அதுதான் கிராஃப் பேஸ்ட் ஆர் நெட்வொர்க் பேஸ்ட் டேட்டாஸ் The next one is audio, image, and video. So audio, image, video are the data types which pose the specific challenges to the data scientists because the retrieval of humans. Here you have to recognizing the objects in pictures and turn out to be the challenging for the computers. So MLBAM, which is called Major League Baseball Advanced Media, which announced in the year 2014 that they will increase the video capture approximately 7 TB per game for the purpose of live in game analytics. So our prediction, maybe this ball may be a white ball, this ball may be a no ball. So within a seconds, the analysis should be take place. கிரிக்கெட் பார்க்கும்போது நம்ம ரீப்ளே பண்ணி பார்க்கறது வச்சு சொல்லுவாங்க ஸோ அட் த டைம் அந்த வீடியோ வச்சே வி வில் மேக் அனாலிசிஸ் பால் டெலிவர் ஆகுது இல்லை பவுலர் கையிலேருந்து அந்த இதை வச்சே நம்ம அனலிட்டிக்ஸ் பண்ணலாம் வி வில் ப்ரிடிக்ட் ஸோ மேபி த சான்ஸ் ஆஃப் திஸ் பால் லைக் cricket or other games. The high-speed cameras will be used at the stadiums to capture ball and athlete movements to correlate the real time So the path taken by the defender relative to the two baselines. So these are the things we have to analyze with this audio and video image. Now, recently, a company called DeepMind, which has succeeded at creating an algorithm that's capable of learning how to play a video games. So, this DeepMind is the base behind the other AI based or machine learning based system. So, this algorithm takes the video screen as the input and learns to interpret everything by a complex process of deep learning. So, it is a remarkable feat. So that the Google promote to buy this company for their own AI development plans. So Google observed this and they will took care of this company's DeepMinder and this learning algorithm should takes in the data. It produces the computer game and it's streaming of data. So this is the major role which will be played in this AI. The final one is streaming of data. So while streaming of data, so data can take at most any of the previous forms. It has an extra property. So data flows into a system when an event happens instead of being loaded into data stored in a batch. So I'll tell you it is not a really a different type of data. So we treat this as such because we have to need to adapt our process to deal with this type of information. So the best example is Twitter. So what is the trending now? Sports, music, or even stock market, whatever the trending. That is called streaming of data. Best example is Twitter. Hope you may understand the facts of data, different types of data, right? So I will recollect the types of data are structured data, unstructured data, natural language, machine generated, graph based, audio, video, and images, and streaming data. Hope everyone find this. Thank you for attending the session.